We are surrounded on all sides, above and below, within and without, by love, protection, divinity, and magic. The circle is cast, and so it is. Hello. My name is Chelb. My pronouns are they, them. And this is Phasecraft Collective, your weekly check-in with the cards, with tarot, to get the vibes, to see what's possible and what's poppin' with the energy this week. Pretend I didn't say that. That was so awkward and weird. It's a freaking new moon, y'all, and I both love and have a somewhat complicated relationship with new moons. I'm always exhausted on a new moon. My new moon ritual is taking a nap and going to bed early. I get any major lunation, really, even full moons, I just get a little sleepy. It's a lot of energy to work with, and then, in the days surrounding is when I'll, do my cleaning, reset my altars, all that good stuff. I always say, the energy of any major lunation, a new moon, a full moon, you have kind of like the couple days before and the couple days after to kind of work with that energy. And also you can decide to work with any energy at any time. You can also get down to the very hours of your days as far as having, specific planetary energy to work with, or anything like that. But also you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, including during eclipses, which people like to use similar to retrogrades and all that fun stuff. People like to spread a lot of fear around eclipse season, which most astrologers, even though the eclipse isn't until the full moon on the 17th, most astrologers are saying that eclipse season has started. It starts with this new moon and builds up. So things are already feeling a little wild, a little wacky. I am really trying to take advantage of this Virgo energy. I'm spending this month really recommitting to my routines and learning and expanding and just like trying to, fill in the pieces of my life that have felt lacking recently. If you're a paid subscriber on my newsletter, I'm going to be giving updates on Sunday every week this month about how I am using magic and tarot to help me get back into my routines. So if you're not a paid subscriber and that is interesting to you, it's $8 a month or $80 a year. You don't have to do that by any means, but if you're interested in some of the more like mundane magic and, everyday things about my existence, then that is available to you. Otherwise, I also have, of course, my Season of the Witch class series coming up in October, which includes things like, Witchcraft 101, which goes over what being a witch in your day-to-day life looks like. Spellwork 101, which, teaches you the basics of creating your own spells, including little ones to do every single day. So if the practice of, bringing magic into your day-to-day life is interesting to you, you have options to learn a little bit more about that coming up. As always, the info is in the episode description. Also, this is your last call to sign up for Tarotcraft. Class is in session this Saturday. The deadline to sign up is Friday, September 6th at noon Central Time. So you have a few more days. The $200 price tier is sold out, but you can still get in at $250 or $300. If you need a payment plan that splits those prices up into 4 different payments due every 2 weeks, then please do not hesitate to shoot me an email and we can get that set up for you. Okay. Enough yapping. Let's get to the good stuff. So, if this is your first time with me here, we always take a few minutes at the beginning to cast our circle, to set the container, to make sure we're grounded and present here together. So, take a moment to just close down your eyes and take a couple of breaths. Feel your shoulders rising and falling. Your rib cage expanding and softening. And really feel into wherever your body is making contact with the ground. Whether it be your feet on the floor, your seat in a chair, your back on a bed. However you are situated right here, right now, feel into the place where gravity is holding you. And in this space, I'm going to call to the spirits and guardians of the 4 elements. And as I name them, I invite you to imagine them creating a circle, a boundary around you to hold you in this space and protect you from unwanted and unnecessary energy. You might see a circle of salt pour around you, or stones rising from the earth, or trees or flowers. You might carve a moat of flowing blue water, or ignite a ring of fire, or simply put up a force field of air. You might do any combination of these things or something different altogether that helps you feel safe and held. I call to the spirits and guardians of the north, of earth, the deepest roots and the tallest trees, of the stardust that gave shape to this planet and to our bones. Hail and welcome. I call to the spirits and guardians of the east, of air, of wind and breath, of thought and change. Hail and welcome. I call to the spirits and guardians of the south, of fire, of the life-giving sun and the powers of creation and destruction, cleansing and renewal. Hail and welcome. And I call to the spirits and guardians of the west, of water, of the oceans and our blood, the rivers and our sweat, the rain and our tears. Hail and welcome. We are surrounded on all sides, above and below, within and without, by love, protection, divinity, and magic. The circle is cast, and so it is. Can take a couple more breaths here. And whenever you are ready, you can open your eyes. All right. That was much needed. I try my very best to meditate and ground every single day, but it doesn't always happen. Ooh, the lovers. We haven't seen the lovers in a while, if we ever have at all. Have we ever had the lovers? Okay, that was a huge group that just fell out. So let's see here. That feels real. Uh-oh. Okay, this is incredible. The lovers and the devil have both come out for us. And the imagery of the lovers and the devil are the same positions, the same entities, essentially, in different forms. We have an angel above Adam and Eve, and then we have a devil holding the chains of who we presume to probably be Adam and Eve on the devil card. And yeah, we'll talk about that in a moment. But I love when both of them come out together because they really do kind of talk to a couple different sides of the same issue. And we all know, I've talked about the devil before. I love the devil card. It is severely misunderstood. Just like the devil in our Western lives. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay, great. So, but before the lovers and the devil, and also I usually say this and I forgot, if this is your first time, I shuffle the cards and just let them fall out. And we go from there. So that's what has happened. And we start with the 10 of Wands. If you are a paid subscriber for my newsletter, the 10 of Wands came out in our monthly overview as well. The 10 of Wands, the lovers, and the devil as our first little trio here. So you can see, I mean, the devil and the lovers, the images really just mirror each other. And the devil in the tarot is oftentimes, represented as a specific deity, Baphomet, who I'm going to be honest, I don't know too much about, but I know that it is not necessarily Satan. In older decks, it's like a combination of different pagan gods that had to do with like pleasure and hedonism and, all the things that Christianity found to be sinful. But all those gods were called devils. They knew they weren't Satan, but they were called devils. And now in our modern times, we just refer to Satan as the devil, right? Anyway, so what does all this have to say for us? The Ten of Wands, the lovers, the devil. There is this aspect of power and energetic exchange, right? The Ten of Wands comes up when we really need to evaluate what we're doing, how much we're taking on, how much we're responsible for, whether we actually are, we just feel that we are, and how to then redistribute and release the things that are in fact holding us back. And that comes in perfectly with the lovers, which is all about exchange, give and take, equity, oftentimes in our relationships, not just romantic, making sure that what we put in is not equal, but equitable to what we get out of it, right? I always say like balance does not mean there's, the same amount of everything. It means that everyone and everything is getting what it needs. And that includes, with the devil, yourself. That includes the things that make you feel powerful, the things that bring you pleasure, the things that maybe feel a little taboo, a little forbidden, but that unlocks something and aligns something within you. So what needs to be set down? What doors need to be closed so that you can make space for all of the positive and good things that you deserve to have? And who or what has all of your power, has enough of your power or enough of your attention right now that it is taking away from your ability to recognize what and where you need to step in, to step down, or to just release and let someone else take control, right? So there's this whole thing with dynamics and, again, power happening right now. Examining where our power is and how we use it. This comes up a little further with the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Cups. We also have the King of Cups here, which I really, the King of Cups is such an interesting figure because it really depends on the guidebook that you read. Some people write the King of Cups as reserved, as so in their head and, up in the clouds that they have a hard time connecting to reality. They have a hard time actually jumping in and enjoying and, getting their feet wet. And others say the opposite, right? Others say that the King of Cups isn't afraid to, go with the flow, to try things, to listen to others, to create and dream big and then chase those dreams. And especially with the Knight of Swords as this guide of saying, hey, you are solid in your intuition, your dreams, your creativity, the things that you want to be doing. So why don't you speak them into existence? And then the Nine of Cups, bringing back that idea of contentment, of pleasure. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to say? How are you willing to act in order to find that contentment? In order to honor the parts of you that really, truly want it. And the King of Cups saying, all you have to do is believe and dream, and then state those dreams to yourself, to the world. This is, petitions at your altar. This is writing something on a piece of paper and burning it under the light of the new moon. This is making a sigil, right? The Knight of Swords is also telling other people about it, having people to hold you accountable. And at the end of the day, not forgetting that you deserve, 9 of Cups, to feel good about what you're doing. You deserve to celebrate yourself at any point of your journey. Now, from here, we've got some other very interesting vibes that have come out all together, including the Ace of Swords, the Hermit, and the Magician. So with the Ace of Swords, we have that idea of speaking your truth again. We have this idea of connecting to the intuition. Both the cups and the swords both deal with our intuition, but in slightly different ways. The cups are going to be more of that metaphysical woo-woo intuition, and the knight and the swords are going to be more of that day-to-day gut feeling type of intuition. But they both need to be in working order for you to be able to fully use and elevate that intuition. And the Ace of Swords, because it has that energy of excitement and beginnings and curiosity and openness, really pushes that idea of, okay, yes, you know when to listen to your gut, and okay, yes, you know when to listen to your dreams and look for the symbols that they have, but how are you going to now bring them together? And the Ace of Swords with the Hermit, especially the Hermit for a Virgo new moon, we love to see it. This is inviting you into that inner place, that inner exploration, to find exactly how to bring them together. To find exactly how you are going to state your intentions out loud and invite others into this process, even if it is just as observation, right? Then the Magician. Once you find that, then you just do it. Again, the Magician and the Hermit both point to everything that you need is already within you. All you have to do is start. All you have to do is make it happen. And the Magician puts the power that we are questioning from the devil and the lovers right back into your hands. And when we fully allow ourselves to feel into that power, we have the 10 of Cups. The dreams realized, the fulfillment and happiness that you've always dreamed of, completely and utterly yours. But we have a final, I don't want to say warning, but some final reminders here. It can be easy to get lost in that dreamy space. But 4 of Swords, Queen of Swords. 4 of Swords, know when you need to take a step back and reevaluate, right? Know when you need a break. And know that the 4 of Swords can easily become a hermit moment. The 4 of Swords doesn't ask you to go that deep all the time. But when you start to lose your way, you can pull back into this place of, I know I say it every time the 4 of Swords comes up, active rest. Take a step back and revisit the things that you have found in your inner world. And then Queen of Swords, don't be afraid to be decisive. Don't be afraid to say exactly what you need, exactly what you want, and don't be afraid to show yourself the direction and maybe a little bit. I usually don't say tough love with the Queen of Swords, but oftentimes we do need that tough love in order to fully realize and achieve our, dreams and goals, because it can be easy to stray from the path of, I don't want to say productivity, but I'm saying productivity, and into the realm of dreams. Use the Queen of Swords to keep you not necessarily grounded when the King of Cups is present, but on track. And yes, definitely stay grounded. I mean, the Devil and the Hermit, though they aren't pentacles, they are both tied to Earth because they're tied to Earth signs. And so in order to stay grounded, we are connecting to our bodies and our pleasure through the Devil and our authentic selves through the Hermit. And then we are being decisive and direct with the Queen of Swords. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Page of Cups. It's a Cups week. It's a Cups week. There's just so much like possibility. And I love that for us. The Page of Cups invites you to recognize when other people want to be there for you. The Page of Cups, is one of those cards that everyone's like, new relationships coming, romance, all that good stuff. And maybe it is. Maybe it's an invitation to look to those relationships in order to help you align and find inspiration for whatever it is you want to be up to. Maybe it's rekindling that, again, that curiosity, that romanticism within yourself, romanticizing every little part of your life to make it that much more fun to do the little things, to make the goals a reality. Yep. Cool. All right, folks, that is the reading, and it feels really yummy and good, and I'm excited about it. So yeah, let's close the space. All right, go ahead and close your eyes once more if it feels safe and good to do so. And take a couple of breaths. Feel yourself land, reimagine those elemental barriers that you put up before we began. And as I name the elements once more and release their guardians, just imagine those barriers sinking back into the earth or dissipating out into the ether, flowing away from you or extinguishing, opening the space and releasing the energy. I release the spirits and guardians of the west of water, the south of fire, the east of air, the north of earth, sending you back to your place in the natural order with praise and with gratitude. I send the energy of all those watching and listening back to them whole, complete, and intact. I take my energy back to myself whole, complete, and intact. May we remain friends, though our energies are no longer crossed, corded, or tangled at all, starting now. Take a breath, feel your energy settle into you, all yours. The circle is open, and so it is. Incredible, friends. All right, well, I did most of my announcements at the beginning of our session here, but as a reminder, my prices did change as of Sunday. Everything is a little bit more dollars to get done, but I do also have 2 more new offerings. We have the 7-card tarot and oracle emailed reading, and we have the 45-minute reading that is open to new clients. 60-minute readings are reserved for returning clients, but if you're a new client but you need a little bit of extra time, I do recommend 45 minutes if you know you are a talker. I'm a talker when I'm in a reading. I've got a lot to say and a lot to share, so if that's you, 45 minutes is the way to go, and I've got that there for you now. All right, my friends, I will see you next week, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Happy new moon.